What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to your boy's channel. You already know who it is, back with a brand new video. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Watch my videos from beginning to end. I'm trying to reach that 4,000 watch hours and 2,000 YouTube subscribers. Please help support my channel. So the reason I'm making this video is because I want to talk about the comments that Ted Sarandos, the Netflix co-CEO, made about saving the theater experience, and how people are saying, or at least he's saying, that the movie theater experience is outdated. I'm gonna give you my full honest opinion. I do not believe the movie theater experience is outdated. I just believe the movie theater experience has become too expensive for a lot of the regular 9 to 5 Joe people to afford. On top of the fact that you got these long um, trailers that play before the movies, so the movies are not even starting at the time they're supposed to be starting. And then you have this expensive food that these theaters are trying to get people to buy. So those are my reasons on why I think the movie theater experience is really hurting right now. Netflix is not saving the theater experience. No matter what anybody says, in my personal opinion, even Ted Sarandos, there is no experience like going to the movie theater and being able to sit down with a big thing of popcorn and sit in that great, big, huge theater with the big screen in front of you and watch a movie. There is no experience like it anywhere in the world, especially when you get a chance to watch it on IMAX. You just cannot get that same experience at home, no matter how big your TV is, whether it's a 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 inch, close to 100. You cannot get that same experience at home. Even if you go out and you buy the long speakers or the ones you put on the wall, it just still doesn't give you that same theater experience as watching it in a big movie theater. And I just feel like he's wrong for saying this, because when you look at Netflix, sure, they have a lot of good movies on there, but at the same time, they don't keep their catalog on there for very long. Some movies stay on there for years, some for maybe some months. Maybe they just gauge the interest of people, and once they see that some movies are falling off, they decide to take them off. And that's one of the things with the digital age we live in that hurts the movies. You don't get to keep the movies on the streaming services that you want to watch. It's like Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3. I believe I was looking for them recently because I just wanted to watch them, and they were gone off Netflix. You can't even find them. And this is where I believe that physical media is still king. But as far as what Ted Sarandos says, as far as the big movie theater experience, you cannot replace that no matter how hard you try. Watching movies on your phone, watching on the biggest screen in your house, it does not replace the movie theater experience one bit. I know things have gotten rough with prices going up on everything. The movie ticket prices are crazy. For once, I'm glad that we got past that 3D era, because when we were back in that 3D era, I believe tickets were like close to what they are now, 13 to 14 to $15, and everybody was trying to make their movies in the 3D, and it just was not working out. But I do not believe one bit that Netflix saved the theater experience, because when the movies are being pulled out of theaters and put on the Netflix, they're on there for a short period of time, and then they're taken away. There's some movies that I still go on Netflix that I find that have been on here since like 2019 and different things like that still make me wonder, why and how is this movie still on here? Why? It was okay, but I don't think it's good enough, at least in my opinion, that it should still be on Netflix. There's still older movies from like the 90s and the 80s that I feel should still be on there, and they were taken away. So it is hard for me to really agree with Ted Sarandos when he says that Netflix saved the movie theater experience. One of the other things I feel that does hurt the movie theater experience is the fact that movie theaters are having movies pulled out of theaters way too quickly, to the point where people are just like, there's no reason for me to go spend all this money to sit in the theater, to deal with other people, especially people that are on their phones or they're talking through the whole entire movie. I could just sit at home and wait for this movie to hit the streaming services and watch it then. But that is one of the big reasons why I feel like the theater experience is hurting. On top of the fact that it costs too much, you got expensive food. The trailers are lasting way too long. By the time the movie starts, you can already finish like half your bucket of popcorn. You understand what I'm saying? But the movie theater experience can never be replaced, no matter what Netflix has going on or any of these other big streaming services, Apple TV, Disney Plus, Hulu. You just cannot replace what the movie theater is giving you. And that is where I feel like the movie theater needs to cut back on a lot. And I feel like they're kind of starting to come around a little bit, but like cut down on the trailers, cut the movie ticket prices in half. I know they got the memberships, but there's a lot of people out there who don't go to the theater that much, who don't need the membership, so they could afford to cut down on the prices. Keep movies in theaters longer. It seems like every time there's a movie out that kind of drops in the viewing experience, all of a sudden, oh, we got to shoot it straight to streaming because it is not doing well in viewing. And that's one of the things when it comes to these subscription services. All the models aren't a one fit size all. There's so many different movies and TV shows that are going to different streaming services that people cannot pay for. You got Netflix, you got Apple TV, you got Peacock, you got all these different streaming services, right? And the problem is that it costs a lot of money, and the price of these things are going up every single, time you turn around. Netflix is always raising the price, and the other models are raising their prices as well, because Netflix, to me, is still king when it comes to streaming services. The first thing that, if you talk to somebody about streaming services and they tell you about a new movie, the first things that come out of somebody's mouth is Netflix, and most of the time it probably is Netflix or somebody else. But to me, movie theaters still wear the crown when it comes to the best viewing experience. Like I said, if y'all ain't paid to see a movie in IMAX, go see it. I know there's like these bigger, crazier IMAX theaters that are only available in certain cities. I know Dallas is the most recent one close to me that I haven't seen one in, but I would love to see it. But Netflix still, y'all need to get y'all stuff together. Stop pulling so many movies off your streaming services. I don't know if the servers can handle it, or maybe I need to invest in new servers. But whatever it is, y'all need to figure it out, because a lot of times, y'all are taking movies that people want to watch off your streaming services, and it hurts because people out here are talking about, well, I'm paying for Netflix, but the movies I'm wanting to watch, the TV shows I'm wanting to watch, are getting pulled away, because you see it at the bottom of the little title card where it says, sometimes recently added or going away soon, whatever the title card is, and it sucks. It really does. Like these not the movie theater, excuse me, but these companies have got to do a better job when it comes to these, movies and TV shows on these services. But like I said, the movie theater is still king. They still wear the crown, but they do have to improve their viewing experience. Maybe go back to like the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, and see how it was done back then, and take a page out of those books to really bring back the great experience. But let me know, what do y'all think about Ted Sarandos, aka the Netflix co-CEO's comments on the idea that Netflix saved the movie experience? Post your comments down below. Let me know what you all think. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get this channel to 4,000 watch hours and 2,000 subs. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace. I'm out.